YouTube, welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. This is stuff that I found actually today, and I found a couple of these items in previous days, but I thought I would just include them in this video as well. So here we go. I'll get down to business immediately. Today was half price day at Goodwill's because last Friday of every month is half price day. So I found a couple of items that I thought I would pick out from the Goodwill. And the first one here is FIFA Soccer 96, which I'll have to explain this a little bit because you're going to think I'm insane, but these sort of plastic cases and stuff like that are what really matter to me when it comes down to it, as far as this is concerned, because it didn't actually have the game in it. So this is, you know, what it is. I'm not really looking to complete this so much as to use the case and maybe sell off the artwork or something like that. They wanted $5 for this, probably because when they originally got it, it had the game in it. Somebody must have swiped the game out of it. Kind of unfortunate, but I decided to buy it. They wanted originally, like I said, $5 for it, so it was half price day, so it was $2.50. And I said, you know what, I'll just buy this empty case for half price, because she was about to take this and basically chuck it in the garbage. And honestly, finding long box cases like this, the plastic ones that aren't all beat and the hinges broken and stuff like that, is a chore in and of itself. So I thought for the gaming community, I would rescue this and take one for the team and pay $2.50 for it. You know, in the condition, it's not in the world's greatest shape. The actual casing, there were some scratches and stuff in it, but whatever. For $2.50, I got a case. Moving on from that, I also picked up an NES game. Pretty happy to be able to get this one on half price day, just because it did sit there for a number of days. I figured somebody would buy it, because honestly, people have been buying absolutely everything that they can find. For systems, they're paying ridiculous prices for things. So this game here is not really super valuable or anything like that. That's why I let it sit. I wasn't going to buy it. It sat there for a number of days. Actually, I'm pretty surprised by that, because like I said, people were buying up everything. And half price day came around, so I was able to pick this up, and it's Racket Attack for the NES. Didn't have this in my collection, so I was sort of debating whether or not I should pay the $5 originally for this, but I'm glad that I held out, because I was able to pay $2.50 for it on half price day, so pretty happy with that. I'll have to check this one out because I don't know a whole lot about it, but still pretty cool to add another NES game to the collection. I always love to be able to do that. And then moving on, this actually came from a previous day, and I forgot to put this in my last video, but it's pretty awesome. I walked into the Value Village that is consistently now overpricing their cartridge-based games. Games like this end up costing $10 at the Value Village now, which for the most part wouldn't be a bad deal if you're finding quality titles and things like that. But because of the fact that most of the stuff that's in there is just sitting there and collecting dust at $10, because people are not willing to pay that. And you have to understand, when I say they're charging $10, that means really they're charging $11.30 basically for a game, because when you put taxes on top of $10, where I'm at is 13%, so you're looking at $11.30 for a game. And they have things like just ridiculously cheap games for that, like Game Boy Advance games that aren't worth $2 at those price tags, and those things are sitting in that glass case, and I guarantee you they're still sitting there right now. But just keep looking every time. Don't give up on these places, even if they're overpriced in their games, because you never know what you're going to find. I walked in and I was able to pick up the copy of 1943 complete in box for the NES. This is pretty awesome. The box itself's not in the world's greatest shape. You can see it looks like there's some sort of, I don't know, spitz or something on the bottom of it. It's just basically residue from some sort of, I think, tape that they put over that. So I'm going to have to go over this and give it a really good cleaning. But it's totally complete. The manual and everything's in there. I'm not going to open it up just because the box is like pretty finicky. Like it's, you know, pretty worn and stuff like that. The tabs on the inside are there, but I don't want them falling off while I'm showing you this. So still pretty cool right there. I do have this game in my collection already, but I didn't have it boxed or anything like that, so really awesome. Love the artwork on this, and if you've never played this game, go check it out for sure, because it's tons of fun. So it's a, you know, it's a flight shooter kind of idea type of thing, really popular sort of genre back in the day for sure, and this is one of the ones that you definitely must play. So super awesome to find a boxed NES game. And again, that was 10 bucks. Now, sitting in the case, there were 3 games that were NES, and one of them was Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt, not boxed. They wanted 10 bucks for it, and then that one was 10 bucks, and so was this one, which is Sky Shark for the NES as well. And again, I'm not going to open this up because it is a little finicky. It did get crushed right here a little bit. The tabs are all in there and everything like that, but it's just not in the world's greatest shape. So I don't want to sort of risk it by opening it up right now and showing you guys, so I'm just going to leave it as is. But trust me, all the contents are in there, including, you know, like the styrofoam and everything like that. The unfortunate thing is there is a rip right here on the back of the tab. You can sort of see it right there. But otherwise, it's in pretty decent shape, and I love the artwork on the front of this. This is absolutely amazing. And this again is another airplane type shooting game. So really wicked. This one here, I don't think I have in my collection. I'm pretty sure I don't, because I have a number of different shooter games, so I get confused sometimes which ones I have, which ones I don't. I don't think I have this one in my collection, so really nice to find that box for $10. Really great find. Moving on, I'll get to a couple items that I found today at a Goodwill in the electronics bin, and that is a couple of PS1, PS2 cord extensions for your controllers. So that's pretty awesome right there. They're $1.50 each, so $3. I figured for 2 cords, that's a pretty good deal. I have a pretty gigantic television in this room, and I don't want to sit that close to it, obviously, to play video games, so this really helps out to solve that problem, and I don't have to pull the system out and put it on the floor, risk damaging it and stuff like that. So that's pretty awesome right there. The next part is some Super Nintendo finds that I got today, and this is by far, one of these games is by far the most rare game, I think, or most valuable game. I don't really want to get into that whole thing. It's not about rare and value and stuff like that. This is definitely a game I want to play. This is definitely a game I wanted to get in my collection, and what people are asking for this game, way too much than I was willing to pay for it. But I did find it today. I'll save it to the end though. The first thing that I found today as part of the Super Nintendo games that I found at the Tlees is this one here, and it's Hook, which I already have in my collection. Actually, I got this last time I was at the Waterloo Retro Video Game Swap. I walked up to a vendor there, and he knows because he watches my videos. It's Bowser's Fart Sack. He comments on my videos and stuff like that as well. And you know, we've tried to do trades and stuff in the past. It hasn't totally worked out necessarily, but this is something that he gave me a really good deal on at the Waterloo show. The copy he gave me is definitely in better shape than this one is, so that's what that is. But still, for $5, I thought I would pick it up because, you know, I need different games that I can like trade or sell and things like that. So that's pretty cool right there. Awesome game, by the way. If you haven't played it, definitely have to check it out. Moving on, I found another game, and this one I didn't have in my collection, and I really love finding games, obviously, for obvious reasons that I don't have in my collection already, but I was, you know, pretty amazed because lately all the Super Nintendo games I've seen I already have, and they haven't really, you know, been worth picking up kind of thing for the prices that places have been asking for them. But for $5, I figured I would pick up Hammerlock Wrestling. I've never seen this game before, never heard of this game before. It's by Jellicoe, which, you know, I've played a few games by them in the past, so, you know, I'm not an expert in anything like this, but still, this is pretty awesome right here. I'll have to check it out. I don't know anything about this game, to tell you the honest truth, but I wasn't going to leave it behind. I wasn't going to leave any of the Super Nintendo games actually behind today, just because I was so excited with the last one. I basically just bought everything that was there. Moving on, I also picked up this game right here, and I don't know a whole lot about it, so I don't know if this is a strategy game. Actually, I don't know anything about it. I shouldn't even say I don't know a whole lot about it. I know nothing about this game whatsoever, but I didn't have it in my collection, so I want to give it a shot and check it out. And it's called Gods. And if you've played this game before, let me know down in the comments what you think of it, if it's interesting or anything like that. I haven't yet, and it's not going into my machine until it gets a cleaning because it's pretty nasty. but still the label on it's like perfect, so once I clean it up it'll look really awesome. It's called Gods. On the front of it you can see there's like a warrior there fighting a dragon or something like that, so I don't know if this is like a beat 'em up side scroller type thing, or is it an adventure game, or is it a RPG, or what is this? I don't know. So you let me know what you think of this game and if you've ever played it before, but I wasn't gonna leave that behind for $5. Pretty awesome find right there. Alright, the last item that I'm showing you here is by far one of the greatest finds I think I've ever made out in the wild. I've seen this game like in person, obviously at shows and things like that. I don't know of a whole ton of people that I deal with and things like that that actually have this game in their collection yet. I'm really impressed to have it in my collection now, and it is Earthbound for the Super Nintendo. Found this at the Tlees. There it is, $5. I'm not going to put the video game price charting values and stuff like that up, which I normally do, but I don't want that to be the focus of this particular item. The thing with this game is I've always heard really good things about it. My collection of Super Nintendo games lacks a lot of RPG kind of elements to it. I don't have a ton of RPGs in my collection to begin with. Like, I don't own any of the Final Fantasies other than Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and the other RPG I have is Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, which is, you know, a pretty common game basically. So as far as RPGs go, I'm a big fan of them. I really wanted to get some on the Super Nintendo. I can't believe I found that one. I'm blown away by that. You want to take a look at this cartridge. It's in pretty decent shape. It's a little bit dirty there. It's not too bad. The label just along here is a little bit worn, but that just means somebody really used this because they loved it quite a lot, and that's great. They didn't take really great care of it, but you can tell they really used it, so that's pretty cool. The label's in pretty decent shape, a few minor scratches and stuff on it, but nothing like cut or ripped or anything like that, which is really awesome. The backing on it will need to be replaced because there is some, I don't know what you call it, like scarring or something in the corner here, so I'll just replace that backing with one that's much nicer than that. And I can't believe that I found this today. I'm still blown aback by the fact that I was able to get my hands on it. So thanks again for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.